Dear friends, today we are going to see the concept of measures of dispersion, that is measures of variation. So before going to dispersion, let us take the review of previous topic, measures of central tendency, that is averages. So following are the averages, mathematical averages, mean, geometric mean, harmonic mean, positional averages, median, quartiles, deciles, percentiles, and fashionable average, that is the mode. Now consider an example. So consider two sets of two data sets A and B having same size 300 and same average mean equal to 100. Set A contains three observations. First one is 100, 97, 103. This total is 300 and mean is 100. Set B contains three observations, 17, 0, 283. Here is also total is 300 and mean is 100. So here the values in set A are close to average 100, but the values in set B are widely dispersed, that is scattered from average. So the question arises, for which set average, that is mean, is equal to 100 is proper representative. Hence there is need to study dispersion or scatter or deviation or variation in the data. Now let us see why we need the concept of dispersion. Measure of, just we have seen, a measure of central tendency alone cannot describe all the characteristics of the data. Now to determine the reliability of an average, we study dispersion. Also to compare the variability of different data sets or distributions. Again to control the variability, and the most important is to facilitate and to serve as basis for further statistical analysis. Measures of dispersion provides the basis for further uh, for studying correlation, regression, statistical quality control, production and cost control, etc., etc. Now let us see the definition of dispersion. Dispersion is defined as the deviation of the different values of the data from its average is known as dispersion. In simple words, dispersion is defined as the spread of actual values from the average, that is scatterness of data around its average. If the value of dispersion, that is variation of the actual values from the average, is greater, then that average is less representative. And if the dispersion, value of dispersion is smaller, then the data is said to be consistent. So as like a good measure of central tendency, following are the requirements of a good measure of dispersion. First one is it should be clearly and rigidly defined. Second one is it should be easy to calculate. Third one is it should be simple to understand. Fourth one is it should be based on all the observations. Next one is it should not be unduly affected by extreme values. It should be capable of further mathematical treatment, that is it should be useful for further study. And the last one is it should have sampling stability. It should have sampling stability. If you ask a question to every measure of dispersion, if you ask these 6 questions to every measure of dispersion, then you will get the merits as well as demerits of that measure. Now let us see the types of dispersion. Broadly speaking, there are two types of measures of dispersion: absolute measures and relative measures. Now, absolute measures means the measures of dispersion which are expressed in terms of original units of data are called as absolute measures, which are used to measure the variability in the data. So, such measures are range, semi-interquartile range or quartile deviation QD, mean deviation MD, and standard deviation SD. The other type, the another type of measures of dispersion are relative measures of dispersion. The measures of dispersion which are expressed as ratio or percentage are called as relative measures, which are pure numbers free from units and are used for comparison purpose. Such measures are coefficient of range, coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient of mean deviation, coefficient of standard deviation, and coefficient of variation CV. The last one is the most important measure of dispersion. This is about the concept and measures of dispersion. In next lecture, we shall see these measures in detail. Thank you. Thank you very much.